Rolling. Hello, 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 everyone. Oh my goodness. Talk about choices creating. Let me just say, quite a few choices go into a Facebook Live. Hey, hey. How many of you guys have done Facebook Lives 4 days in a row? How y'all doing up there? So we have... I love it. So are we repeating me in two different manners? I love it. You know, this is so much fun. It's so spontaneous. And, oh, we've already got 2 people on. Hey. So we're just winging it, you know. We're just like practicing, and we're here to, hey, how you doing? We're here to talk about wealth and the choices you can make to break or make your future. So if you were going to be choosy when it came to wealth, what would you choose first? Where would you go? What would you do? So let's talk about me. So I am sitting in front of you talking about wealth. Now, today I've chosen to actually wear some very nice clothes. I have on clothes that make me really have a sensation of comfort and joy and money. I'm wearing silk, satin. I'm wearing St. John, which is one of my favorite boutiques. I'm wearing some fabulously comfortable high heels that just make my body go, yow, you know. And I'm wearing some fabulous suede pants, and I feel really good. I'm here. Oh, let's not forget my amazing necklace that, if I can remember the designer name, I'll tell you who it was. But it's so totally fun to adorn yourself. So that's a choice that I began many, many years ago. Let me tell you before, oh, look at all those hearts. That's so cute. Before I met Gary Douglas, I actually didn't really enjoy the money that I had. And I really didn't enjoy adorning myself. I actually was afraid to spend money. I was actually afraid to even invest or do anything. And, you know, I say that, and I have to tell you that my biological father used to tell me, if you spend money, you'll end up in the poorhouse. If you spend money, you'll end up out on the street like a bag lady. Now, that's sort of an interesting thing to tell a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old child, don't you think? Kind of twisted me a little bit, because I used to ask, what's a bag lady? What's living on the street? What does all that mean? You know, it wasn't until I got much older that I just thought, well, that makes no sense at all. Why is he telling me that? And I still don't really know why he told me that, other than it was maybe his way of educating me, although it was more like putting the fear of father in me and the fear of, oh my God, if I do something wrong, I'll end up on the street. So have any of you all ever considered or ever felt like you've done something wrong with money? Have you made a wrong choice with money? Well, if you have, guess what? With the access tools, that can be a 10-second decision. You can actually destroy and uncreate that decision. You can turn the polarity on it. You can eliminate it, eradicate it. You can just relax. You don't have to make yourself wrong for all of eternity. And you can just say, damn, that wasn't my brightest choice, as opposed to, you know, the self-judgment we pour on ourselves every time we do something that's not right. You know, how many times have we been wrong with money? Well, I can tell you that I've done that a lot in my lifetime. I have been severely in debt. I have given my authority over my money away. I gave it away to, first of all, I hate to say it, but boyfriends and husbands. Then I gave it away to bankers. Actually, before that, I gave it away. Bankers, boyfriends, husbands, then financial advisors. But you know what's funny is that I'm remembering right now, when I was a little girl, that one of the other things my father used to say all to me all the time was, he used to say, trust the bank. trust the bank. The bank will take care of your money. Now, is that true? Is that a lie? Is that a truth with a lie attached? Well, this day and age, I'm suggesting don't trust the bank. First of all, you can't even make interest money enough in a savings account to even make it so it's worthwhile for you to have a savings account. Do not trust the bank. Do not trust anyone, actually. What would it take if that was your number one choice? Do not trust anyone other than you when it comes to your money. I'm going to say that again. Stop trusting others to take care of you and your money. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Marion. What did you say? Okay, let me look here. Did you have a question? Finally. Oh, finally. Yay. Okay. All right. Hello. Hi, guys. Welcome on board to the ship of Curry as we sail the seas of money and funny. And where are we going? Here we go. Oh, I'm not sure what that means, Matt, but maybe there's a question up there. Oh, rather than what? She'd rather trust her mattress. Is she talking about you? You know, my creative producer for this, his name is Matt, so I'm sorry, I just had to throw that in. So you'd rather trust your mattress. I'm somehow not connecting that to, oh, then your financial advisor. Oh, yeah, okay. Boop. Okay, I'm getting it. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I never thought that my mattress had a trust issue or me with it. I'll ponder on that one. But really and truly, the whole point of choices for a greater wealthy future, a greater future and a wealthier future and a richer future is that the number one tip is start trusting yourself over others. And if you say, well, I'm not educated enough, I'm going to say BS. Because that's what I used to say all the time. And in this day and age, there is no reason for you not to be educated enough to where you can question any banker, any financial authority, any lawyer. You can ask questions and you can get the information for yourself. With Google, are you kidding me? You just Google, what is ... What is flood insurance? What is an interest rate? What is an IRA? Guess how I know that? One guess. You guys have one guess. How do I know this? Because I do it. I mean, seriously? I mean, really, it can be done. So what's your excuse? You don't have an excuse. And that's another really important choice for creating more wealth. Stop making excuses. You're bright, you're creative, and if you're willing to have it, you're an infinite being that has infinite choice. Would you be willing to consider that you just might be an infinite being? And you just might have more choice than you first imagined was possible. The thing is that's really cool about considering being and perceiving as an infinite being, you have to be honest with yourself that you got yourself in the mess. But once you're honest and you recognize you got yourself in the financial mess you're in, you can get yourself out. That is one of the hugest choices that you'll ever make to create a greater future. Now, I don't know if I should give you all my great ideas because then maybe I'll never see you in a class. Maybe I should hold one or two back. Oh, yes. Creative producer wanting to say something from the background.
Don't usually say this, but I wanted to... Melinda said...
Melinda.
Her mattress remark is about people used to hide their money in their mattress.
Oh, and what era is she functioning from? That's really interesting. Are you a history buff or are you a time traveler? So it's really interesting you brought that up because I have found the strangest points of view as for I think it's been 6, 7 years now, I've been traveling and facilitating classes on money and points of view about money. And of course, my own points of view about money come up, and I thankfully get to destroy and integrate them. I have found that sometimes I actually function from different time periods with money. And I have to ask myself this question, and maybe this will assist you. Like, I'll hear something come out of my mouth like, I can't think of the example, but I'll have to ask myself, is that actually this present time? Or is that thought and that idea, that conclusion, that decision, is that from another time? Now, of course, this is getting really into the possibility of being an infinite being that travels and lives in simultaneity, because I tend to believe the quantum physicist. I tend to believe the butterfly effect, that we are actually in a simultaneous universe. We are not in a linear universe. I'm not a flat earth theorist. I think that's a bunch of hogwash. I'm pretty sure we live on a spiritual globe, a spherical globe. Spiritual. That's pretty funny that I said that. But it is definitely spherical. We live on a round planet. And, there's a lot more possible than we actually know about. I used to be fairly religious. Now I would say that I'm probably a hedonist. Anyway, enough said about that. Do you guys have any questions before we call it sayonara? I'd like to have someone else on my mattress, but that's just my point of view. And we could roll around together in the money. Hi from Venezuela. Oh my God. Hello, hello. Oh, the mattress. Yeah. The only thing about the mattress is, how does it not fall apart? How do you put it in your mattress and have the mattress like you not like cut it all? Anyway, anyway. Oh my God, Allison, how are you? Oh my gosh. Oh my God, Kevin, how are you? Long time no see. Hey, Czar. Oh my gosh. What are your excuses for not trusting what you know? Yeah, exactly. So do you guys just love your excuses? Is that what's going on here? Because really and truly, your excuses is the only thing that is keeping you from having more money and more fun. Well, I think we're kind of in that same era where you shouldn't trust banks. Beside the fact, they only say they'll only give you back, they'll only insure 100,000. So, I'm just saying. Hi guys. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's still not a question. I love your comments, but does anyone have a question? What is my point of view on credit cards? Okay, so this is like for sure really important. So when you use credit cards, you use credit cards because you don't happen to have all the cash on you, okay? So do not use your credit card and buy something that you don't have the money to pay for it monthly in the bank. That will keep you out of debt. Then you're saying, so what's a credit card for? A credit card is simply for the convenience when you don't happen to have the cash on you, or you choose to buy something that's larger than $1,000 or $2,000. One of the most wonderful tools that I love from the Right Riches for You classes are, Gary Douglas suggests that you carry the amount of money around with you that a rich person would. So what does that amount to you? I mean, for me, that was like one of the hardest things to try and figure out, because I was like surrounded by rich people. And I couldn't quite figure out like what amount of money kind of registered rich. I was like, what exactly does that mean? And for a long time, it didn't really that particular tool didn't really make so much sense to me. Now, over the past few years, it really does, because I usually carry $1,500 around with me. And I have found that when I don't carry it around with me, I kind of am aware of this like absence. There's this like lack. It's so amazing that the energy of money can actually fill your being. It can fill your field. It can fill you up to where you don't function from need. And the whole idea with these tools is to stop you functioning from need, from greed, from panic, from manic. And wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be like awesome to not function from that? So, did I answer the question about credit cards? Yeah, I think I did. Any more questions? Are you bored? Is it time to go? Maybe it's time to go for tonight. Hey! Oh, okay. Oh, let's talk about money energy. How can I keep that energy flowing? So, the question is, are you willing to be an infinite being? So then, what energy, space, and consciousness can you be to be the energy of money and currency with total ease? Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive that, will you destroy and create it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and pot, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Now, what makes you think that you aren't flowing and are not capable of having easy money flows? And that's where you begin to unlock and unstick. Where have you decided that you can't or you don't? And is that true or is that a lie? Nice food for thought, huh? And also processes. You guys who follow the access techniques of processing, I have given you tons of fodder. You can just, there's probably at least 15 different clearings and loops you can make from what I have even discussed tonight. As a matter of fact, it was so cool. I had my friend Jackie on the other day, and she sent me a list of, from what I said, 14 questions that came out that could be made into processes. If that interests you and you'd really like to clear the stuff, then start creating processes out of what bothers you the most, where you know that you're resisting and reacting. I'm kind of getting my accent on. Resisting and reacting to creating more wealth. Let's see. What is Marion is saying? I'd like to stop creating only through my husband. Oh dear. Isn't it funny how money goes into sex and relationship? I'm so grateful for you, Marion. So my question is, why would you stop? Why would you not add something else? If you're genius enough to be able to get your husband to create for you, hello, why don't you write a blog about it and help other women do that? Why don't you give classes on it? Why don't you do a telecall on how I got my husband to make $1 million for me? That's freaking awesome. You know what they say about boredom? They say, it's been said, I've heard the word, that if you're actually bored, you're actually not willing to perceive, know, be, and receive who you are, what you can do, where you can go, and when's the last time you have acknowledged your talents and abilities? Because if you're really present and you're really, really engaged in what you can do, be, have, and create, how can you be bored? Being bored is like not being truly conscious. Would an infinite being actually ever be bored? So what if so let me ask you this. Do you actually have a target for how much money you'd like to make per year? And how much money you'd like to create, generate? How much money would you like to have per year? Oh, by the way, that is one of the most important choices you'll ever make. Decide on a target for your financial future. Whether it's $10,000, $100,000, $1,000,000. Of course, that's not a monetary unit, but like $1 million, $2 million, $5 million. Make a specific target. How much money would you like next year, this time? How much money? Now, if you make that target and you forget about it, well, that doesn't do you any good. But then check it out next year. How much did you make? Now, if you make a goal instead of a target, then you're a little bit screwed, because goals in the Old English language, and the energy of the word goal was goalie, and it was actually originally a jailer. So if you make a goal that your goal is $1 million, well, let's bring it down to easier, $50,000, and you actually make $55,000, then you go backwards. That's like, the goal thing is just energetically really difficult. If you can begin to train yourself to think of money in terms of targets that you aim at, and you're constantly present with your aim, then you can keep moving forward and keep enlarging it and creating greater every 6 months or every year, however it works for you. And if your monthly target is 10,000, that's amazing. When you reach it, acknowledge it. Have you already reached it? Acknowledge it. Then make the next month 11,000. Or what would it take for you to double that in the next 6 months? Oops. Oh, well, I just bonked the table. So one of the processes that I run is, what energy, space, and consciousness can I be to double my income with total ease? And everything that does not allow me to perceive, know, be, and receive. How to do that, I destroy and create those points of view. And they come up, these points of view come to your awareness as you begin to run these processes. That is why the access processes are actually practical, pragmatic, and they work. They are fucking the craziest shit I've ever done, and they work. This is why I am sitting here telling you it actually works. So, anyway, you guys, hey, Shayna. So, do you have any other questions? Any other answers? I see. Working with targets and energetic priorities. What do you mean by energetic priorities? That to me is like gobbledygook. What's an energetic priority? So, the only priority you really require is that you are the number one priority in your business and in your life and in your money flows. That you put you first, that you are the person that counts the most. Make sure that you are number one on your list. That's your priority. And you don't really work with targets. You just like pick one. Just pick a target and go. Don't make it significant, you know. Don't make it like this big, huge story. Just like, bam, do it. And then if you don't like it, in 10 seconds or 10 days, just change it and do something else. Let's see. Do I count when I get from Le Hubby? If you're causing your husband to make the money, you bet you count that. And my question is, did you do something similar to what I did? I forgot to count the businesses that I already had. And when I went through all my businesses, I was looking at my new business, my access business, and my like sessions and my motivational work, you know, and my life coaching work. And I was looking that I have not, you know, made $1 million from that business. What I forgot to count was the money I made from my oil and gas industry and my real estate industry. Sometimes I'm not so bright, guys. Listen, I had to realize that I actually had already made that $1 million. OMG. And last year I lost money because I didn't acknowledge that I'd already made the $1 million. So I only made $900,000. That sucks. This happens. If you don't acknowledge that you have made your targets, you lose money. Please don't do what I did. Please learn from my mistakes, okay? Definitely count what you get through your husband, because you're the inspiration he's making money. I have a girlfriend that I don't know how long it took her to even consider that she was the inspiration behind her husband. And I mean, he was making millions of dollars, and she was like, well, I don't have any money of my own. I'm like, what the F? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You are the reason he's making the money. Women, you are the reason they make the money. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge, acknowledge, acknowledge it. Pat yourself on the back. Oh my gosh. Now don't forget to say that to me if I ever get married again. Okay. Oh yeah, VIP. Who doesn't want to be a VIP? Very important person. You know, you ought to watch the Doris Day movie. She made a movie one time, and she was an advertising agent. And one of the, they were going to name their new, it wasn't a lifesaver, it was a chocolate or something. And they just came up with, and they just called it VIP. And she became the VIP girl. It was kind of funny. Anyway, you can look it up. Rock Hudson, Doris Day is kind of funny. Okay. Hello, Maria. Oh, no, I don't know what I did. I did something weird. There we go. All right. Any other questions? Oh, Allison. You don't fall short, Allison. What decision do you make that changes it just before it arrives? Falling short, cutie pie. What decision do you make that changes it? What decision do you make that sends it away? What choices have you refused to make that if you would make them would change the way you receive money completely? And everything that doesn't allow you to have that and perceive that, will you destroy and create it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pocket and pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, bring that target up, baby. Double that target. Absolutely. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello. Even India's on. Wow. Ah, yeah, exactly. So, Miss Allison, don't agree to do things you actually do not desire to do, ever. Promise them everything and deliver only that which you desire. Alrighty, guys. Well, it's been real, like my new pink background. Don't you love this? These are my curtains in my room. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining. Hello, Sylvie. Alrighty, righty. Well, we'll see you again tomorrow sometime. Oh my God, Carrie, hey. We'll see ya. I don't know what time we're going to do it tomorrow, because Matt and we're doing this thing. We're doing it every day, and we don't know when, and we decide in the morning, and, you know, how does it get any funner than this? Oh, thank you for the hearts, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah. Bye.